Well, it is Sunday, June, whatever that is, 5th, 6th. Definitely Sunday. We just got these two girls today. Looks like to me it's never going to be too soon to hook up the electric fly killer. And, yeah, we're here. We're going to give them a little bucket of feed in their feeder. Looks like they're already bugged by the flies. Got to get their waters filled up. They like to just spill it and run that around. The chickens over the winter left a sea of corn and feed, which, you know, for them for the winter, this is probably, I don't know, 3 15-gallon bucket, 3 5-gallon bucket loads, or 5 maybe, for 4 months is not bad for them. They seem to waste a lot of feed. So we figured, well, the pigs might like to root through it and chew it up. So we'll see how they do on that. We'll keep the water going for them here. Gotta get some water for them. Then we got their feeder here. You just dump it in there and it sort of spreads out and comes out the bottom. It's a little hard time there. Do that, and then they'll eat some of that, the stuff that didn't go down there yet. And they'll bump those little rods with their nose a little bit as they're eating, and that'll cause more to fall down. So then they'll get it all. We made them a nicer place to sleep here, which means that they'll probably stay down there, I guess. You know how they do. You make them a nice place and then they sleep somewhere else. So I'm going to turn the camera off. I got to kick those water dishes down by the end where they're laying. Fill them up, and then fill them up again tomorrow. That's how you do it. You just keep going. All right, so got the pigs. We're still working on the names, or otherwise I'll tell you what the names are, but we're getting it. They always get so excited when they hear us coming. They're gonna be hiding in there by that little pallet enclosure that was meant to be standing up, but it fell down, and it seems like they even like it better. This whole place is shaded all the time. As I was saying, right, I knew my battery was going to give out on the GoPro soon. As I was saying, this whole enclosure is shaded, minus maybe the first foot or two inside the gate at the right time of year. But for most of summer, it's completely shaded. And then they still like to hide under that thing, that pallet, as if they're in more shade. So, we're tending the pigs this morning. I still got to get them a little bucket of feed there. They're still working on all the feed the chickens left over. I don't know if they're eating that or not, so I won't count on it. I'll keep feeding them otherwise. And here is the first version of what I am making for a feeder for them, waterer. So, their grain feeder is that silver actual pig feeder down there. When we bring them scraps, we put them in something like these dishes that we have around. But they always get flipped over, and basically they throw all their food in the junk, in the mud. They probably prefer it that way anyways. But so I made this thinking, okay, if it's hanging and swinging, you know, it's actually touching the ground, that would be better. And it's not bad. Idea is not bad, I don't think. But even with these guys being little, the space to put their snouts in there is not big enough. And they can kind of knock it around inside the chain enclosure a little bit. So prototype, we'll call it product number 2, because hopefully no longer prototype. And off we go to see what I built last night after dark with the welder. All right, this is version 2. And so what I did was basically make a carrier for the dish. Then with the tall part of it, and it's hanging, it's still going to hang from the chain up here. Pigs should be able to, no matter what their size, come in here and drink the water and eat the mashed potatoes or whatever the scraps are that we give them. And the other part of this is, after it's hanging there, I'll show you towards the end. I'm going to have basically a water hose come down over the top, kind of hang down and sit there and drip into the pan. It'll be maybe a fast drip. But anyways, the idea is, no matter how many times they sway it to the side and spill the water and do their pig thing, ultimately, when they walk away and go have their nap, it will fill back full of water, and then when they're thirsty, they'll come drink and not ever really tip all the water out. And I was just never sure of the pig nipple thing last year. If they were drinking from it, is it like somehow somebody turned the water off along the way, because there's hydrant stops along the way where it can get shut off, and different reasons why you can't trust that thing's giving them water. And then so we were always filling pans up anyways, just to make sure, because we love our piggies. And so with that in mind, this basically converts it over to 100% visual. We're checking them all the time anyways, and then we were always filling up the pans anyways, because we didn't quite trust that they were doing okay with the nipple thing. So we did see them drink from the nipple plenty of times, so we knew they knew how. We just have a hard time knowing for sure that they were drinking. So there's no excuses with this. So we got the cage. We're going to hang it from chains. I'll get that off of the other one. I just took it down. The pan is held in by nuts, got welded to the rebar here. Screw long enough bolt in here. And then I got to thinking, well, maybe that bolt end is sharp enough they could scratch themselves on or something. So I put a neoprene nut on here so that nut can't come off. And it's all smooth. I don't think they can hurt themselves with that. So let me hook up the chain carrier system up top, and then we'll go give this to the pigs and see what they think of it. All right, so our current system, again, the nipple water was over there on that center post, but now we don't have that anymore. So this is the thing. These guys are probably fairly thirsty. Here's our water hose is pressured up now. We got that set up yesterday. Sure exactly what about things makes it foam up. We don't get foam in the house in the well water, so I'm not exactly sure. You guys gonna try it from the pan? So that's a lot better access to it, head wise. I think a grown pig will still be able to use that, but if they grow up and it gets too tight for their head or their ears or something, then we'll do something else. So what I'm going to do is put a splitter on where that hose hooks up, And then like a 5 or a 10-foot hose for the sprayer, so we can still have the sprayer to clean things out or clean things up or wash things down or whatever we do. And then the other hose is going to kind of run over here and zip tie onto the rope and the chain line and hang down so that it drips in the pan. And then we'll be able to control that and turn it on slow and let it sit there and stay full all the time, and a little extra water running off is not a big problem. It'll go out and water the grass a little bit on the outside. You think you girls are gonna be able to get used to this thing? A little harder to tip it all over and spill it all, isn't it? Don't you worry, we'll figure it out. We're really good at spilling stuff. We can spill anything. I don't know if you want to eat the rebar. No, I didn't think of that. They're going to be able to get themselves hung up in that stupid thing. We'll keep an eye on them. If they get too dumb about it, then we'll weld more bars in there some way that they can't get too far into it or whatever they do. Looks like I already time to come up a link or two on the chain and got it stretched a little bit already. Alright, so that's the pig water plan. You'll see it more as we raise the pigs, and you know, we'll get the rest of it set up so it's doing automatic drip. So well, hi girls. It's kind of hot out here. You know what I'm thinking, girls? I know. Let's spitball here. What if I set up a misting system for you? What do you think? Do you guys like mist? I bet you'd be super scared of it for a while, but maybe you'll get used to it and maybe you'll love it. So it's this hot out. I don't think it's this hot out again for a few days. The watering system, I am a fan. I can see that's full, I can see it's dripping, I can see that that's going to be okay. And I don't wonder if they have water, if they're drinking from the nipple system, so love that. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up this hose. I'm going to set it on mist. Can't get a grip on it. I'm going to essentially lock it on and then turn the knob. Maybe there. And then I'm going to hang it over their space so they can walk under this or not, don't care, but that'll be good for them, I think. They don't seem too stressed out. And then we're gonna go check the chickens because I'm a little worried about chicken stress. So. Okay, so we got that. What do you girls think? You like the mist? Is that pretty awesome? Is it awesome because it's cool, or is it awesome because it's just new? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know either. Let's just go with it. Yeah, let's go with it. Oh, you're so cute when you do that. Oh boy, did you get some sprinkles in your face and you freak out? Yeah, look at it. Oh boy. Well, that's gonna make a heck of a mess and make a lot of mud. But that's what you girls are all about anyways, lots of mud. Alright, you enjoy that. We'll turn it off later when it cools down some. But for now, have fun. And we'll go check on the chickens.